How to raise the rent in 2026. Can you still raise the rent now that the Renters' Right Act is in force? Yes, but the process has completely changed. There's now only one legal way to do it, and if you get it wrong, your increase simply won't stand. Let's get into it. The new process, it's called a Section 13 notice, and it's now the only route available to landlords. Old rent review clauses in your tenancy agreement, they no longer have legal standing, even if your tenant signed them. Renewal at a higher rate, also gone since tenancies are now periodic. Mutual agreement still works, but if your tenant won't agree informally, Section 13 is what you fall back on. So here are the 3 rules that come with it. Rule 1, you can only use a Section 13 notice once every 12 months. One increase, once a year, no exceptions. Rule 2, you need to give your tenant at least 2 months' notice before the new rent kicks in. Serve it late and you'll be waiting longer than you planned. Rule 3, the new rent has to reflect genuine market rate. This isn't a clause you can use to push through a steep increase just because you feel like it. It has to be defensible. Here's the part that catches a lot of landlords out. Your tenant has the right to challenge the increase by deferring it to the first tier tribunal. If they think your proposed rent is too high, the tribunal will assess the market rate themselves. And here's the key detail. They can only hold the rent where it is or reduce it. They can't increase it beyond what you originally proposed. So this cuts both ways. If you price it fairly and back it with real comparables, you're in a solid position. But if you try to overreach, you risk a tribunal capping it lower than what you asked for, and you've wasted the one shot you got this year. So practically, what should you do? Before serving anything, do your homework, check Rightmove, Zoopla, or speak to a local agent about what comparable properties are actually letting for. That research is your evidence if your tenant pushes back. Use the correct prescribed Section 13 form, not a text, not an email, not a verbal conversation. It needs to be the proper legal document. And build your timeline backwards. Since you can only do this once a year, mark your calendar so you're not scrambling 2 months before you need the new rent to take effect. The bottom line, rent increases are still completely legal, but the process is now stricter, slower, and far less flexible than before. Get the timing right, get the amount right, and you'll have no issues. If you need help as a landlord and what you need to do with your tenants, give us a call on 01706 310 171.